how do we bring that mindset in them, right? What have you seen? What can the managers say? Do we just simply make that and tell them as part of a policy? But I'm asking this more in the context of how do we get them to believe that, that physical presence matters, right? Beyond just kind of being directed and told them that, look, this is your new hire, you're going to have to do this. They'll probably comply with it. But maybe the messaging that says that, how you show up with clients, how you interact with peers, it does matter. So what tips or what have you seen or what do managers do?
I always want to ask the Gen Z a question that does packaging matter?
Mhm.
Because in their generation, they're the largest consumer of luxury goods and lives and experiences, right? So,
Definitely.
does packaging matter? You walk into a showroom to buy something expensive. The item may be as big as my thumbnail, but then they'll put it in a velvet box and then they'll package it and then they put it in a bigger box and a bigger box and they'll wrap it and they'll put a bow. So the item is like the whole packaging is possibly 100 times the size of the item, right? A second example I like to give them is a restaurant. If a restaurant has to do just 5, 6 things, and people can pay anything from 3 to 5x more. One, convert white light to yellow light and dim the light. Two, put tall red wine glasses and expensive cutlery and crockery on the table. Three, create an ambiance and an experience with soft music and some flowers on the table. Four, they can even serve half the food, so cut the portion into half. But five, garnish it and present it well and share what are the ingredients that go into it. People can pay a large 5x more because that was food and this is an experience. So, yes, in the world of packaging and experience, first impressions matter. We do, use all our senses to form an opinion. So, even in the world of business, every industry, legal, banking, financial services, consulting, IT consulting, hospitality, most industries have a uniform and an expected what we call as appropriate dressing. So I think it's important for us to understand.
Yeah. And do you, in your experience, Sheetal, are there companies or do you think of companies who do it well? For instance, I recall we used to work very closely with Deloitte as one of our tax partners. And I remember going into one of their offices quite frequently, in fact, many occasions. They actually had a mirror, believe it or not, as you enter the offices. Okay, very professional, large offices. And I think there was this saying that, okay, how do we look today or how are we showing up today? And it was literally meant that, okay, if somebody came like not shaving and somebody came with, the beard was not trimmed or whatever, right? I mean, it was like, I think they were told. And if you were told more than one or two times something, I think, and then again, there's some kind of one escalation. So do you, I mean, in your experience, have you seen either what managers have done or some companies who like they do a good job and they've always kind of ensure that their brand remains intact, even at the line level or the youngest of the managers coming in?
Yes, I would say most companies, most industries are particular. And you need to look at the senior bosses who could possibly be Gen X or baby boomers. You would see that, they are sharply dressed, they are well dressed, they are particular about how they dress. And yes, and I would always tell people that it's a very every industry today is competitive. There are very few industries which are left where business is easy. Now, in a situation like this, in a very competitive industry, it's very difficult for the senior leaders and the partners to sell the business. Now, the junior people in the team, as we go down the pyramid, have to make sure that the account is serviced well, the client is happy, and they have to convey seriousness. So your appearance, your behavior, your communication, everything conveys I'm serious, I mean business. So physicality may be the tip of the iceberg, but it matters. I always tell people only 10% of the iceberg is visible above the water, 90% is below the water. But you know something? That's the only visible part. So your physical presence matters. It's the first thing that people look at you. when you walk in through the door, even before you have said hi, they have noticed your physical presence. So it is a filter.